right. Good morning, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy Hump Day to you. If it's your first time here, my name is Enigma. I am what we call a variety streamer here on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. And here I am trying to figure out what the heck is going on here. Hope you're having a wonderful week so far. Happy Hump Day to you. I'm a variety streamer on Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube. I like to play a lot of different games. Right now, we've been very deep on Diablo IV for a couple of reasons. But having a good time doing it. Definitely hope you're having a great week. And before we get started today, doing what we're going to do, if you would do me the solid of hitting that subscribe button on YouTube and liking and commenting, as well as following on Twitch and Twitter, that would mean a lot to me, as I am doing my best to move on up. And we've been growing lately. I just hit 1,600 followers on Twitter. I'm at 1,580 on Twitch, and let's see how I was at 80 last time I checked on YouTube. Let's see. 81 on YouTube. So we're moving on up. I would appreciate any support I can get to help me grow, as I am looking to grow. Now, yesterday we spent a lot of time running bosses, ladder bosses, just simply because we had so much in the way of craziness when it, with the boss match that we had due to the goofiness of the. See, here I am just kind of pontificating, but we ran through a lot of bosses yesterday because we had a whole bunch of boss mats left over from the holiday event. Not going to do that today. Instead, we're going to run around and see what else we can do. Looks like we are 2 minutes away from the Helltide popping up. Figured we would do that. Well, actually, no. That's wrong. Because we need to worry about our... we're re-rolling our ring, remember? But anyway, so... hope you're having a great day. Hope you are. Great week. It's a little cool here today. It was, when I took the dog out this morning, it was like 4 degrees. Not real keen on that, but you know what? At least the sun is shining, and it's supposed to warm up at the end of the week here. And if that happens, then we will be get rid of some of the snow that we've got here. It'd be great. I still don't like those soul spires. But anyway, we are just having a ball this week. I definitely hope you are as well. That's your ass, I want Hellborn. We do have some interesting things happening this week. They announced yesterday the release date for the Lunar Remastered Collection, and usually you guys know I'm not a big fan of them remastering older games. However, in the case of Lunar, Lunar deserves it, because Lunar is a very historical JRPG series. I would put it up there, obviously not as influential as Final Fantasy or some of the other games out there, but it's definitely up there as far as relevancy goes of JRPGs. I love Lunar, I really do. It is the very definition of a meat and potatoes RPG to me. I absolutely love a role-playing game that prioritizes character development and storyline over specific mechanics and things like that. Not that they both are mutually exclusive, because they're not. To be completely honest, we do have a lot of games that are mechanically sound, like Grandia, who just happen to be developed by the same people who did Lunar, quite frankly. But no, Lunar is a very sought-after JRPG series. It was one that was the first one I saw that had like voice acting and full motion video. And I'm sure there was others out there as well, but the first one I ever played that had that. And both games are getting remastered. It's going to be out on April 18th. And apparently there is going to be a physical copy available on the PS4 exclusively through Amazon here in the United States. And I am eagerly awaiting that to pop up. It's on Amazon now, but it says currently unavailable, which means they're not ready to take pre-orders on it. And I know there are people out there who are like anti-pre-order, but let me tell you something about a game like this. If you are interested, if you're at all interested in getting this game, or getting that, and you want the physical copy, you need to pre-order it. It'll be the kind of thing that they're going to probably cut pre-orders down to not making. There's probably not going to be a whole lot of extra ones, is what I'm saying, more than likely. Just simply because of the age of the game, and Amazon is a very, very cost-effective company in some ways, and they're not going to sit here and release, make 1 million copies of something that they might only sell, 10,000 copies of. So pre-ordering that will probably be very important. I know there's a lot of people out there that are anti-pre-order, and I understand that, especially with AAA right now being in the shape that it's in. But I dang sure would tell people that when it comes to these smaller titles, these games that you might not have access to otherwise physically, like that, for that, I would recommend reserving it. With that, with that. Are you okay? Well, that's probably the best out of all of them. But yeah, I'm looking forward to doing that. If I get half the chance, we will stream some of it, I hope. I do love Lunar, I do. Just a great series. Like I said, it just prioritizes the storyline, the characters, all that. I can't recommend it enough to people. Alright, take it. 2 more shots of Hellborn before end of the round, absolutely. It's probably what we'll take. Put my... I always forget to put that up. Hopefully that means more Hellborn. Give me Hellborn. But yeah, I can't wait for people younger people who have never had a chance to experience one of the grandpappies of JRPGs, give that a go. I always loved Lunar. I wonder if they'll... I wonder about the voice acting, because the guy, when Working Designs was doing it, the guy who voiced Galleon loved his voice. I don't know if they're going to get him or not, because he worked for Working Designs. And Working Designs was a company that they're very similar to Xseed, the publisher Xseed right now. Working Designs did not make anything. they localized everything. They're what I call a and it's going to sound bad in this connotation, but I don't mean it to sound that way. They're a bottom feeder, and what I mean by bottom feeder is that they were there to all your big publishers would be there. All your AAA publishers, your Capcoms, your Nintendos, and all that would often swoop in and bring stuff from Japan over to the United States, right? And they got their pick of the litter, basically. You know, if a smaller company wanted to, Japanese developer wanted to get their stuff over here, and Capcom came knocking on our door and said, we want to publish this in North America. Oh crap! Yeah, we would love to have a way to get into the American video game market. That's how they were. Well, Working Designs didn't have those deep pockets that a Capcom or a Konami or a Nintendo or Sony would have. So what they would do is Working Designs would wait until everyone got their pick, right? You know, everyone gets their pick of what they want. And here comes Working Designs afterwards and would say, hey, okay, this is a great game that didn't get picked up. Let's do this. That's a great game that didn't get picked up. Let's do that. And Lunar was one of those game series. Exalted Exile. So that is where Lunar basically got its foothold here in the States, was from Working Designs. And they did that with a lot of game series, quite honestly. If you look at... and they were not without controversy. They did things that were... Some things they did well for the fans, and then the things that they didn't do well for the fans. But I have never seen a bad Working Designs game. Like, they brought out... Everything they brought out here, very well done game. Great games. They would improve them a little bit. They would usually make load times a little faster, things like that. Very cool stuff that they would do. Some of my favorite games, like Lunar, is definitely a couple of my favorite games. Dragon Force on the Sega Saturn is my favorite game on the Sega Saturn. Got it because of Working Designs. But again, Working Designs didn't always do everything by the board, so to speak. You know, and what I mean by that is they were the first. They were kind of the pioneers to me of localization. And for those who are wondering what I mean by that is that for a long time there were video games and anime that would come over here. All they really were was they would take the text, they would translate it. There would be a little bit of change for cultural differences and stuff like that, but they didn't really do a whole lot of dialogue change. Hi Tristat, how you doing? Yeah, I still have my Sega CD versions of those games. But Working Designs, they didn't translate. They localized. They would change entire dialogues. They would do things to make them funny. Is what they were trying to do, is make them humorous. Lunar was they were trying to make jokes. And then we'll get to the Magic Knight Ray Earth thing. Feeble. Okay. Okay. But as I said, is that Working Designs would pick up the games that nobody else wanted, and one of the games it was Magic Knight Ray Earth, which was based off of an anime in the 90s. That was... There were big plans for it. Let's put it like that. Is that it was picked up by Oh, flooded basement sucks, dude. I'm so sorry to hear that. Because that's something else that they did. Working Designs was about premium. Yeah. Popful Mail. I have my copy of Popful Mail still. And Vi, I still have my copy of that. But Magic Knights Ray Earth was going to come over here, and it was based off of a popular anime from Japan, and it was very similar looking to, in a way, Sailor Moon, which was schoolgirl outfits, fighting evil, that kind of thing. So Magic Knights Ray Earth is getting attention from a lot of the American localizers for anime. Well, Sega of Japan made a game based off of that series. There we go. And Working Designs swooped in, and because it's a pretty decent game, they picked it up. Like we'll publish this. We'll take care of this over here. Well, Working Designs wanted to keep the girls' names. Hikaru, Umi, and Fu, I think their names were. They wanted to keep those names. Well, in the 90s, when they would bring stuff over here, it was never really that easy. It was the localization companies that were making it for kids. Dark Wizard's a great game. Yep, sure is. Where's my ring? Oh, I already did that. Yeah, okay. But Working Designs wanted to keep the names of the girls as their Japanese names, which is a big deal to anime fans. Anime fans want there to be as close to the original as humanly possible. Well, the company that had it over here, they were going to put it on national television, wanted to change the names of the girls to American-sounding names. So there was a great big flippin' lawsuit over it. And the company that owned the rights to localize it over here was trying to force Working Designs to change the names to fit what the TV show is going to be. And Working Designs said, screw you, we've got the rights to the game. We're going to release the games we want to release the game. And it went through a big court fight. And Working Designs won that fight. They won it. But that was during a time period when when Sega Saturn was about, and that's why Magic Knights Ray Earth is the last game that was ever published for the Sega Saturn, is because of the court case. The Saturn had been dead for a year before it had been released for that very reason. And Sega CD had some really good good games on it too. I know it kind of got the stigma of not being, not being a failure, because it was, but it had some good games on it. So there'll be a little change, well, a big change, in today's schedule. This afternoon I will be recording a podcast with my friends Tomby and Yarnwitch. So this afternoon I will not be streaming Diablo. I will be recording the podcast with them. I'll be more than happy to provide the link to it once it's all said and done. As we are... Where's my thing? Yeah, it's over there. Moving towards getting that done. I'm looking to grow, and that'll hopefully help me grow. Oh, did you have a CDX then, like a miniature Sega CD with the Genesis in it? So those were cool. I wanted one of those things for years, and then the store I worked at had one, and they put it down to 20 bucks, and some dude came in while I wasn't there and bought it for 20 bucks. Love my Sega CD. You had two-piece setup. Okay, so you had the Genesis and then the loader. Mine is a side loader, which was huge. So for you to take that all the way over to Bosnia, wow.
It is done. He's back.
Oh, you had okay. So you had the old school Genesis, and then you had the uh, the top loader of the Sega CD. Because there's three different Sega CDs. There's the CDX, there's the original one, which was the front loader, had a motor in it, and then there was the top loader, which was a obviously push a button and it top loads. My okay, wow, that was easy. Mine's a side loader, but I have the newer Genesis, the push button. My favorite thing about that is I tell people is that when they redesign a console, it's to make it cheaper. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, well, if you look at the Sega CD in particular, the front loader had a motor involved with it, right? You push a button and the motor would pop that sucker open. The pop top is a spring-loaded thing, so much cheaper than actually having a motor in there. So anytime they redesign a console like that, they're doing it for cost reasons. They're not doing it to make it look cooler or anything like that. They're doing it because they want to focus. That was dumb. They're trying to focus on making it more cost-effective for them. And no, I'm not kidding about that. That's exactly why they do it. Look no further than the PlayStation 3. PlayStation 3 goes... They released that big honkin' sucker I got right down there for $500-600. Great console. Love the Sega on my PlayStation 3. It's one of the original ones that plays PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games as well. Sony is like, we're losing money. What are we going to do? They redesigned it. Took out the backwards compatibility, put a spring-loaded system instead of the motorized system. Everything's about cost, just trying to minimize costs. They redesigned the PlayStation 3 a couple of times, actually. But that's why they do it. Are they going to try to make it look cooler? Yes, but that's not why they're doing it, to make it look cooler. They're doing it because they want to make it more cost effective for them. Since game consoles are sold so close to cost, anything they can do to knock a couple bucks off here and a couple bucks off there, they're going to do it. So we still need 4 Harbingers to take care of this over here. We got one. There's level 2 hell. They're not happy. Good morning, Mags. Happy Hump Day. It's a beautiful day. In the neighborhood, a beautiful day. Being positive. I really do feel like I'm doing things right this time. Okay. We have enough for our orange chest now. Let's go over there and get it. Still looking for harbingers. But now that we're not really hunting for XP or anything anymore, we can actually go and to other places. Okay, alright guys. Now what we're doing today? It's a beautiful day. Yeah, let's go down here. Yeah, I remember that. And the same, Panasonic 3DO did the same thing. 3DO had their front loading system. Here comes the remake. What do? It's top loading. Spring loaded, button push thing, so much cheaper. Everything's always about minimizing cost. I think that's the thing that a lot of gamers kind of forget sometimes, is because gaming is so I don't want to say in vogue, but it's since it's entertainment and it applies to a very large tent audience. Where you're talking about small kids and senior citizens. Since my dad's 70 and he games. That people get obsessed with that's because it's cool. It looks cool. That's why they're doing it, because it looks cooler. No, it's not it. Look at it through a business sense. Why are they doing it? Because it's cheaper. That's why they're doing it. No different than anything else. Everyone's about maximizing revenue and minimizing costs. There we go. We got enough oranges for Florida now. That's weird. There's Florida over there. Take our oranges to Florida. All about costs. Everything's got to do with cost. So that's another thing when you think about it. Lunar is only getting one physical release, and it's on PlayStation 4. Why is that? Why? Because it's coming out for Switch as well. Why aren't they putting it? Probably Xbox too. Why are they not putting it on physically on Switch? Cost has everything to do with cost. It's so much cheaper to press a Blu-ray than it is to actually make the cartridges that Nintendo uses. So it's got to do with cost. Everything's got to do with cost. Okay, alright. Ooh, there's a long list of stuff to look at. Da 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 da.
It is done.
Looking forward to next season. They are upgrading the Whisper Tree caches, so that'll be nice. A lot. Yeah, that'll be, that's usually why they do it. Like 12,016. What did I change out? Oh, that's what I changed out. The Tibble's will. Okay. Okay, I'll go up here. It's nice doing this, knowing we're not grinding for experience points anymore. All right, okay, we're gonna knock out a couple things here. Yeah, that's funny. Go. Okay. Okay. Got that. That's 3. And looks like we're gonna murder basement up there. Oh, get that. Get the money. Get the money. Oh, it just brings back a lot of memories for me. I worked in gaming in the 90s, late 90s, so I was mid to late 90s, so I was able to see a lot. And the best advice I can offer anybody who's getting into the industry is to not look at it through rose-colored glasses, like it's a virtuous kind of business, because it's not. It's just like any other business. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to happen that you don't agree with. But it's a business. And you have to look at it as a business. You can say, oh, I want this because it's cool and this will sell and all that, and people will like this. But in the long run, you got to look at it as a business. I got into an argument. It was kind of an argument, actually. Back during the Wii, with someone that didn't know any better, quite honestly, and I don't blame her for not knowing any better. Everybody's ignorant about something. But she was really into Doctor Who. And she wanted to know if I had heard anything about this Doctor Who game that came out in Europe, in the UK for the Wii. And I told her no. I hadn't heard anything about it. And she said, well, don't you think it should come out here? And I said, it depends. And she's like, well, there's so many fans of it. And I said, I'm not saying there's not fans of it. What I'm saying is how many of them are going to be willing to purchase a game on the Wii based off of it. You have to look at it that way and look at it that you're talking about a percentage of your audience that is into that own, the video game audience. There's a percentage that owns a Wii. There's a smaller percentage that are fans of Doctor Who, and then there's a smaller percentage that are willing to buy a Doctor Who game on the Wii. So if they're not asking a lot for localization rights, sure, someone will pick it up. But if they're asking too much for it, or if the Western or the publishers here look at it and go, it's not very good, they're not going to do it. And she just didn't get it. She couldn't get it through her head that it just came through. But so many people would buy it. No, you would buy it. I wouldn't buy it. I know a lot of people that would and would not buy it. But it just comes down to of being able to recoup the costs. You have to be able to recoup the costs, and I don't know if it ever came out here or not, because the Wii had a lot of crap shoveled onto it. And I mean a lot. A whole lot of crap. So it's entirely possible that they released it here after a while, because chances are what happened is the developers of the game in the UK were asking more than for the localization fees that than people wanted to pay, publishers here wanted to pay, so they didn't sell it, at least not right away. And chances are they realized, hey, we were asking too much. Maybe if we're going to make anything off of this, we need to lower our fee, and that's entirely possible. Because you want to sell more stuff. Plus, I mean, there's so many things that go into localization and procuring international IP things, Sometimes you acquire the IP, you don't have the rights to do it. Like, on the old Nintendo, there's a game, I think it's called Dragon Spirit. Dragon Spirit is a Dragon Ball Z game, but they didn't have the rights to Dragon Ball Z, or Dragon Ball. So, they took out all references to Dragon Ball out of that completely. There's no, it's just a standard kind of martial arts fair kind of game. And no, I'm not kidding. I think it was Dragon Spirit or Flying Dragon Spirit or something like that, where the main character looks pretty familiar, but legally it's not Goku. It's just someone who looks a lot like him. That was the thing back in the day. That was, oof. Once upon a time. Nowadays, I don't know. I'm not sure that would happen. I'm pretty sure that if someone was going to import a game from Japan or the UK or whatever, and they would make sure they had the rights lined up for it before they would go for acquiring the rights to a game for it. But then again, with all the IP stuff going public domain right now, you never can tell. Popeye is now public domain, as I've been talking about. In 10 years, Superman and Batman are going to be public domain. Okay, we got Florida up here. Got to make some freshly squeezed Florida orange juice because we've been collecting those oranges. Run up there to do it. Let's just run right through them. Alrighty, another Whisper of the Dead cache. Back in the day. Back in the day. There's so many of those pale marks, pale, whatever they are now. It's bananas. Ah, ho ho. Boot fetish. Did we get a Resolute tribute from that? No. That's kind of what I'm keeping my eyes open for too, is Resolute tributes. So we can run Undercity and see about getting some mythic drops. It's always hot. Okay, going up there now. What a day, what a day. Spiders? We're killing spiders? Okay. Spiders doesn't take long. They multiply. So I have looked on Diablo website for next season, which is 6 days from today, where we'll have to make a new character and start over. And they're changing. I haven't seen any hot fixes, so I don't know what they're going to do as far as buffing and nerfing or anything like that. But I do know that they're bringing in some new enemies. Obviously there's new cosmetics coming in. There's new legendary or mythics coming in and things of that nature. We're going to see a lot of different things this next time. There's going to be some new powers based off of witchcraft. So that'll be interesting to see how that turns into things. Talk to the Wanderer. Sure. Oh, come on, get up there. There you go. Only one wave left. There you go. Oh, well, we made it. Okay, well, you're welcome. Glad to be of service, I guess. I guess. Yeah, that'll be interesting to see what's going to happen here with AAA gaming. I used to be able to tell you exactly what was going to happen. Not like that anymore. Alright, my favorite. Blood is the key. There we go, one down. Get back on the pressure plate there, girl. I'll get back on the pressure plate. Hi there, how you doing? Okay, we did that. Okay. Let's see. Who's next? I do see that we have a boss spawning here in 45 minutes. Let's go here. Don't plan on doing any sort of PvP stuff, but oh, there's Florida already, so... But we do have other stuff to do here, too. Just make sure we're still collecting our oranges. Go. Down there's our murder basement. Let's go down there. I don't get it. People are weird. We're all weird. No such thing as normal. We all have different likes and dislikes. I believe, and I have always believed in live and let live. Sadly, there are folks here around that aren't like that. Okay, where's our ravaged corpse? Where's our ravaged corpse? That's true. Some people just like stirring crap up, I guess. I believe in live and let live. You can do whatever you want. As long as you're hurting anybody else and you're doing it over there. There we go, there we go. Alrighty, another Whisper of the Dead. Alright, tonight. There we go. Da 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 da.
It is done.
So much garbage. Da 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 da. Okay. That's why I don't do anything drama based. Drama sucks. Got one more up there top. It's probably maggots or something is what I think it is. Yep, there they are. I'd hate to see what these maggots turn into once they mature, because maggots are supposed to be baby flies, right? So, oof. There we go. There we go. Okay. How close? 18 minutes. We can get some of that done in 18 minutes. What's in our cash. Oh, well, you want to bet it's a Malignant Heart. Always is a Malignant Heart. Come on, guys. There we go. Not hard. Let's see. Just make sure we're staying on top. Oh, was Florida right here? No, it's not. Okay. Look at that. Messing me around. Oh, wait. Maybe it is. Why is... Okay, whatever. Yeah, da, da, da. Daughter of Hatred, huh? This will finish off the oranges, but I don't know where Florida is. Alright, here we go. She's not going to be happy when her bubble pops. And there she goes. She didn't even get a chance to say anything. She just ate a couple of quill volleys, and she goes down. She goes down. So, I've looked and I didn't see anything on the word of Nintendo having a Nintendo Direct tomorrow. All the rumors are pointing that they're going to have one tomorrow. I don't know if it's true or not. It's just even all the shill sites are saying it's rumored they're going to reveal the Switch 2 tomorrow. Bears. Bulls. Bears. Bears. I don't know if it's going to happen. But if the release dates that I've heard are correct, anywhere between April, May, and June, I think that's really smart. That's definitely the smart way to do it. I've said it, I think I even said it yesterday. The last thing you want in your console war thing is to have your diehard fans and the normies fighting for product availability. And they bring out this new Switch in April, May, or June. They're going to get all the hardcores out of the way. The hardcore fans are going to be there to pick one up. And they won't have to worry about people fighting each other for it over Christmas, because then that's when the normies will get theirs for Christmas gifts and the like. So I do see the that there's a lot of wisdom in that, and that's why when the the first Switch came out in March, I was very much in favor of that. And if you look at the PlayStation 5 and the Xbox Series X, those are reasons why you don't bring out a brand new console during the holidays, is because then you have bots, people scooping in to pick them up, and then they're charging 3 and 4 times what the console is actually selling for because of the holidays. So I'm definitely in favor of that. There. You're looking for Ents. That's what we're looking for. Saudi TV. Still, it looks like the Ents are on hiatus. They're on hiatus. Here, there's some. I need 2 more. There's one over there, at least one. There we go. One more. Come on, Ents. Back in the day. I was kind of hoping. How much more time do we have? 11 minutes. Yeah, we can do this. There'll be one that spawns in 11 minutes. Good morning, Daylight. How are you, my friend? I hope it's warmer down there than it is up here today. I am Peachy. I'm a box of fluffy ducks. Thank you. Doing great. Are those Ents? Yeah, okay, there's a couple of Ents. There's Ents down there, so this will finish this off. There we go. And what the heck, I'll finish the event as well. Ah, well, define cold now that you live down there. Southern cold and northern cold are 2 different colds. You know that. $34, so it's above freezing. Yeah, it was 4 when I took the dog out this morning. Or -2, depending on whose phone you believe. Mine or my girlfriend's. So, it was still pretty cold. But, that being said, 34 for Nashville is pretty cold. So, that is cold for them. For you guys. Okay. Holy crap, new Helltide. Okay. You will let this place make you soft. You go. I think it'd be alright though if you... I hear a goblin. There he is. He's up there. And I got him. I knew I heard a goblin somewhere. I just know how it works up here, and or when you get your body regulates to the climate that you are in, and then all of a sudden you change that climate, it feels a lot worse than it actually probably is. Up there I see a Harbinger. Let's see, get him down. Her down. There's another one. Harbingers. Three Harbingers down, and we're about to get a Hellborn. So let's just go ahead and continue on our merry way until that happens. There they come. Harbingers are down. Good. Don't have to worry about hunting for Harbingers anymore. Here comes our Hellborn. Down he goes. Good deal. Yeah, I felt that happening. Oop. Got that. Let's just grab all we can, and yeah, that's what I said. Let's go. Alright, here we go. So Daylight, has Nintendo announced their Direct for tomorrow, or is that still up in the air? I looked earlier, I didn't see anything. Yeah, I didn't see anything either. It says Resolute, but I don't think it's the right kind of... United, Refinement, Titans. Resolute. Yeah, it's not the kind of Resolute I'm looking for. I know all the major media outlets... Yeah, but all the thing is that all the shill media is talking about it. I heard it might be out in March, like March, April, May, June, something around in there. But with all the leaks and everything, I think they're probably going to announce it sooner than later. Gotta strike while the iron is hot, baby. Yes, they are. And I think it's the right thing to do too. Get your hardcores out of the way so when the Christmas rush comes, they're not fighting people to get one, you know. And hopefully it'll cut down on scalpers as well. Well, remember, they were supposed to announce it last year and they didn't do it. It's very possible the reason why they did it is because they still want to build up stock. Don't be shocked if that's what they're trying to do, is they want to make sure they have plenty of stock from the get-go. And there's little to no shortages. Da, 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 da. Well, I have enough. Where's our orange chest? Way down there at the bottom, isn't it? Yep. I mean, with the Switch, they announced it in October and they released it in March. So, but if they're doing what I think they're doing, and that's been building up stock, I think they'll announce it and still bring it out before the 4th of July, which is what they should be doing. Get it out of everyone's get it into the hands of the hardcore fans, the gamers, and then you have your Christmas stock. You can build up more stock for Christmas, and they won't be fighting. You think they're going to go with Switch 2, or do you think they're going to go with a different name? Because something smells like they're... Switch 2 sounds too simplistic for Nintendo. I'm not saying that's not what they're going to call it. It just sounds very Sony-like for them to do that. The Super Switch is not bad. But then you're going to have yourself in a naming fiasco, because then what do you call your next one? The Super Duper Switch? It's not a bad idea. It just seems a little, you have to, if you're doing it, you got to think about 6 or 7 years down the line when they have a new Switch. What are they going to call it, you know? That'll be the naming. Of course, naming in game consoles these days is, I mean, who the hell knows? You got Sony, which is easy all day long. PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5. Next one will be the PlayStation 6. Microsoft has no idea what they're going to call their next console. You think that, okay, so you think if they do the Super Switch, then the next one will be called something completely different. Okay. I can see that. The real question is, what's Microsoft's next console going to be called? Because there's no telling what's going through their head. Well, when you think about it, man, Nintendo's brand has always been Nintendo. They always want their name to be prevalent. That's the most important thing, is it's a Nintendo console. Not that it's the Xbox Infinity. I still think in the next 10 years you're going to see Microsoft use the Xbox brand as a high end of gaming PCs and laptops. I have a feeling the next Xbox will probably be the last, unless it sells like crazy. And then everything else out from there is going to be some sort of PC. I don't think they're going to replace the PC. I think they're going to try to compete. I still think Microsoft is looking to compete with Steam. In the long run, I think they really want to stick it to Steam. They want to give Steam a run for their money. I'm not saying they're going to be able to do it, because Steam has a massive foothold in the industry. But I think that's what they want. You know, that's true. My television, this 8K TV I'm playing on right now, there's an Xbox tab on the gaming section where I can play Xbox games right off of the TV. So what do you think about the rumor that Microsoft's going to put the Master Chief Collection on PlayStation 5 and the Switch 2? They've been playing nice with Sony lately, so I don't disagree with you in that. Sony and Microsoft have been cozying up way too much for me to disagree with you on that one. Well, they might be cozying up to Sony, and if what you're saying, which I believe is accurate, is true, if they're trying to butter Sony up, maybe it's because they want to have PlayStation exclusives on PC available only through Xbox Game Pass. And then in return, Microsoft will publish their games on the Sony PlayStation. Because if you're looking to compete with Steam, and you can have Halo and Gears of War and all the Sony stuff, and then you have God of War and all the Sony stuff, or the Microsoft and Sony stuff on it, that'll be hard to beat. I think they're looking at the console thing as they'll probably take one more swing at it, but I don't know. I mean, I don't think they're going to look at it as this is. It's not sustainable, not for what they're doing right now. They've bought so many third parties. It just doesn't seem. Game Pass is not sustainable the way that it is right now. I read the other day that Microsoft has cost themselves 80% game sales by having everything day one on Game Pass. That's a lot of money. Could be.
That looks worn. I can fix it.
There's not enough revenue. There's nowhere near enough revenue. They're not making enough to pay for the pay the bill for all the studios they bought, much less the $200 million per game that people are that they're. I would not. Microsoft's already said that they're not making any money off of it. It's or an Xbox anonymous Xbox insider said what they're doing right now is not sustainable. You got to remember, they spent $100 billion on acquiring these studios. Yep, that's what I'm saying. Is that I think they're playing nice with Sony because they want to have that PlayStation audience. And if Microsoft is trying to draw that line in the sand where they want their stuff, they want to have the Netflix of gaming on PC, I think Sony is more than willing to capitulate to that. And they could become marketing partners. I totally could see that happening. You think Nintendo's going to put their stuff on PC? That is... Everything you said made sense up until that. Sony exclusives I can definitely see being there. You think Game Pass will be on all consoles? Okay. All will come down to the cut, I guess. Because that'll kill PlayStation Online. That'll kill PlayStation Plus if Sony allows that to happen. That's what you got to remember. I don't think Sony would allow that to happen. Because that would just... PlayStation Plus would be done at that point. Of course Sony gets a cut. Of course they do. That's the point. Otherwise they wouldn't let it happen. Sony gets a cut of every game sold for PlayStation as it is right now. So that would make sense. I'm just saying you're looking at a lot of money. That's all I'm saying is that it would undermine everything Sony has tried to accomplish with the PlayStation Plus. I mean, if you're already paying what is $100 and some odd dollars for the PlayStation Plus Premium, and then on top of that they want to charge another $100 and some odd a year for the Game Pass. That's a lot of money. You think a different version of Game Pass is on Sony? What do you mean? I'm genuinely curious. I'm by no means making fun of what you're saying. I really know, because I respect your opinion quite a bit. You know quite a bit about gaming, and you know that we would all be laughing at each other right now if it was the other way around. So you think that the Xbox version of Game Pass on PlayStation would be nothing but the Xbox Studios stuff, is what you're saying? So it'd be your Halo, your Gears of War, etc., etc., etc. It would not be the third-party stuff like Persona and things like that. Okay. They got the catalog for it. But I'd rather them just publish things on PlayStation, quite frankly. I'd much rather see them put Halo or there's another goblin. Or, whatever on PlayStation, as opposed to just trying to do Game Pass. But I know Game Pass is their thing, so. Avarice the Gold Cursed, nice. And they will have, people get the choice to buy stuff as it rotates. I honestly still would do. The problem with Microsoft's business model is that
Hello.
it just doesn't have the.
Well, next
They still have a lot of money to pay towards purchasing Bethesda and purchasing Activision and those companies. And they're going to need a lot more than that. You could be right. You could very well be right. I'm just saying it's a lot of money that they're playing with on that. And it could really be the end of Phil Spencer if things don't work out. And that's probably why, and I think you're correct, that they would be looking towards going to quasi third party, yeah. They got a lot of money to make up. That's what I'm saying. You could say, "Oh, you'd be surprised." You're right. I probably would be, but I do know this: Starfield cost over $200 million to make. They spent $100 billion on getting these studios underneath their umbrella. There's so much money. I agree with you. I do. I think Phil Spencer really I think Phil envisions everything going through PC. I really do. And I know that's where we're going. I know that within probably the next 15 years, consoles will be a thing of the past, and it'll all be done with PCs. But you're absolutely correct. The execution has been terrible. I still believe we're looking at. I still think we're going to see Starfield on PlayStation. That's true, but they still have to pay the bill, part of the bill, and they still have to pay the bill for buying them. Because they didn't just walk up and cut a check for, $2 or $3 billion. It's all stocks and things like that, and there's got to be guarantees in there for for them. You know, you have to guarantee I'm going to get this kind of return on this. It's the same thing with George Lucas. When George Lucas sold Star Wars and Lucasfilm to Disney, they didn't just cut him a check. They basically did stocks, you know, gave him stocks. But there has to be some sort of safety net there for them. And the same thing goes with Activision. Very much the same way with Activision. And right now Microsoft needs revenue real bad, and they're not getting it. Let me ask you this, because you say I'd be surprised about Game Pass. How many more people subscribe to Game Pass to play Indiana Jones?
I could use some assistance.
That's the big question. Because once again, Indiana Jones, probably $200 million game, just acquiring the rights to the IP had to be a frickin' expensive. Yeah, but see, no one will subscribe until they'll buy it. You're right, Indiana Jones is a dead franchise, but they still spent millions, hundreds of millions of dollars to make that game. Then they shouldn't have spent all the money on it. Acquiring the rights to Indiana Jones isn't cheap, much less putting, you know, the money behind it to make it a AAA experience. You know, if it's a couple guys in their basement and they make an Indiana Jones game, okay, that's whatever. But that's a AAA title. They didn't just crap that out. They put a lot of development time and effort into that beyond just acquiring the rights to the IP. They make $200 million a month on Game Pass, you're saying. Okay. And it's what, $9.99? So let's just say $10. So that's $340 million a month. I didn't know there were different tiers. What's the difference in tiers? I realize the ones with Sony, there are tiers. You don't get access to all the games if you just do the $9.99 a month? Okay. For 20, okay. I would say a majority of them are on the $9.99 plan. I would say probably 85–90% are probably that way.
Goodbye.
Cool. So, let's just assume for 1 second that the Xbox, I mean, exactly, does operating costs, hardware costs. That's exactly where I was going. See, you know. What everything there, I don't think they're operating at a profit right now. I do not. I think they are operating at a loss. And why are all their... that's my third goblin today. And whatever's going on, they are working towards next generation is what they're looking at. I think they're treading water so they can make it to next generation and then start to play their hand out. Phil Spencer's not stupid, and I know what his vision is, and I agree with a lot of it. But I wouldn't say for 1 second that I think that we're operating at a profit. They don't own Fortnite, do they? I thought Epic owned Fortnite. Of course they do. Just like Nintendo gets a cut of off of theirs console, and Sony gets a cut off of theirs. Absolutely. Let's say they don't own Fortnite, though, is what I'm saying. At least not yet. Although I have a feeling Microsoft's not going to buy any more studios for a little while. Bigger? No, it's not bigger. No, Epic is in the driver's seat there. Epic dictates how much, and either they will capitulate and say, yeah, okay, or they will they won't have Fortnite and they'll lose that revenue completely. So I don't believe for 1 second that Sony or Microsoft or Nintendo are... Epic does not have the same deal. I still think it's a huge lion's share. If Sony gets let's just say 25% of all game sales and stuff like that, I guarantee you for Fortnite, Epic said, yeah, we don't want you taking 20%, we want you taking 15, we want you taking 10. So it's not, I don't think it's anywhere as big. Yeah, there's no doubt. There's no doubt. There are insiders at Microsoft right now that are saying that the Xbox division is not making any money. So I don't know what that, how much of a loss they're taking or anything like that. I just have read that they're not making any cash. Of course it is. Of course it's a huge help. Anything's a huge help when it comes to that. It absolutely is. I think Xbox has set themselves up for a to be a wonderful third-party developer. They own a lot of legacy IPs now. And Legacy Studios. You unsubscribed from Game Pass. Wow. Why is that? I'm very curious as to your reasoning. Probably, yeah. But you don't. Do you remember we were talking about this like a year ago, 2 years ago, and you kept telling me that well, this means Microsoft is finally competing. You know, that they're going to have all this stuff only on Xbox. I was like, yeah, I don't know about that. It's all the way over there. They couldn't sustain it because it. How many times Netflix, Microsoft wants to be the Netflix of video games? Cool, I get that. But how many times have you turned on Netflix and spent more time looking for something to watch than you actually do watching it? And that's what Microsoft is experiencing right now. Is you'll have people who go, yeah, I'll pay $10-20 a month to play Halo, or to play the new Gears, or play whatever, and then they get bored of it and they unsubscribe. You know, people aren't going on there and going, you know what, let me try Forza, you know, or... No, they're subscribing for 1 or 2 months and then they get rid of it. They're running into a lot of the same problems that Netflix has had. I do up until Cobra Kai. Once Cobra Kai is over, we'll probably get rid of it. Absolutely, subscription fatigue is a thing. Yeah, absolutely. And people get tired of the doom scrolling, because that's what you do when you're looking on these these services. Is people doom scroll, and they, like I said, they spend more time looking for something to watch or play than they actually do doing it. So it completely destroys, you know, the reasoning behind it. Yeah, you had played everything you could, as much as you wanted to, and you're like, I don't see the point in this. Yeah. I agree at 1,000,000%. They gave me a year of the PlayStation Plus Premium when they did the PlayStation Plus initially, and I looked on the thing and I was like, I own everything on here that I want to play, and the things that I don't own on here, I don't see the point in doing this. So when it came back up to renewal, pardon me, I was like, no, just give me the regular PlayStation Plus. Oh, that reminds me. Have they, are they shutting down the Suicide Squad game yet? Because it's free on PlayStation Plus this month. I know it cost Warner Brothers hundreds of millions of dollars. What was the story? Oh, flying tanks. Yeah, of course. Why not? Hover tanks are a thing, and you know, like a comedy like Venture Brothers. Wait a minute. So wait, I'm serious when I ask this question. The Justice League were all clones. Is that the story? Because I've not played it in since after it first came out. Because that's like the laziest BS story thing you could possibly do. That's a Deus Ex Machina moment there. It's, oh, they were all clones. Of course they were. Yes. God, I really wanted to love that game. I was a big believer in it. Nope, not gonna happen. But that's another one of those things where I say, all your legacy studios that made the games you love, that you grew up playing, they're no longer there. The people are gone. So the people who are now in charge have no idea what they're doing. Holy crap. Okay, apparently there's a Realm Walker appearing here soon or something. I really did want to like Suicide Squad. I played it all the way through the story mode. And I was really I was kind of okay with it for a little while, and then oof. Gameplay was repetitive. Didn't care for the way they treated a lot like Batman. Kevin Conroy's last outing as Batman, and they decided to do that. Oh, that's not right. It rubbed a lot of people the wrong way, including me. And they went in, I mean, they just completely screwed up everything they possibly could with that game. Okay. Yeah, that's one thing I really wanted to like was Suicide Squad. I bought it. Day it came out, I loaded it up. Couldn't wait to get into it, and it was lazy. It was a lazy cash grab of a game. Microtransactions at the yin yang. It was a loot shooter that had no reason to be a loot shooter at all. Because if you pre-ordered the game, you got weapons that were better than anything you found via drops. I never changed my weapons one time in that game. Too bad it was not that great. It's not that great of a game. Yeah, when you get back, I want to know, is that really how they ended it on... oh, that was stupid. I wanted gauntlets. That they ended it on saying that all the Justice League were clones. Because if that's the case, like, Jesus, tap dancing Christ. Makes no sense. Come on.
That looks worn. I can fix it.
Did all that stuff, right? They're still... Okay, let's head back up there. That just is so lazy. Absolutely lazy. There's a thing they do in movies that when they can't think of anything else as to where they are, when they write themselves into a corner of where that they do movies and TV shows, it's kind of this trope where they just say, well, aliens did it. Because it's always, you know, an easy cop-out is to say, well, it was all because of the aliens. You know, there was extraterrestrials or something. And now, you know, saying that they were all clones is very much the same way. It's very much the same thing. To me, that's very much what they're doing with. That's what they do here. Is they say, "Oh, of course, it's all. They were, of course, they were clones." But what? But here's the question, Daylight. What about Wonder Woman? She wasn't a clone because she was actually killed in that game. Because she never turned. So, did they just happen to have a clone of her, too? Well, obviously common sense wasn't on the forefront, but I'm dead serious when I say I played through the game. I know what happened. Wonder Woman was never turned. She died protecting people. She did not. She was never turned. So if they were all clones, okay. So there's Green Lantern, Flash, Batman, Superman. Yeah, okay, we'll go with that. What about Wonder Woman? I remember I was playing through the game for the first time, and you get to the Hall of Justice, which is like the base for the Suicide Squad, the old Hall of Justice. And you're going through and you're watching these holograms of that Justice League talking about the Hall of Justice. You know, it's like they're welcoming kids into the Hall of Justice. So they have these holograms, and one of them is Batman saying, "Hi, I'm Bruce Wayne," and I'm thinking, what? Batman's admitting that he's Bruce Wayne? I was like, this is so stupid. Even if everyone knows he's Bruce Wayne, he's still Batman. It's completely different. Oh gosh. Which is just another one of those things. The people that were working on the game had no idea about what they were doing. They had no idea what they were working with. Batman and Bruce Wayne are two complete... They're the... Yes, the alter egos. But one of the things in Batman for a long time has been, which is the mask? Is Bruce Wayne the alter ego of Batman, or is Batman the alter ego of Bruce Wayne? That's always been the... That's for a long time, that's been the question. And it just... Obvious, like, but I saw that, I was like, you've got to be kidding me. That is so stupid. Did they not even realize what they were doing? The answer is no, they didn't. And it did so well, everyone who's going to defend the game and say how great it was. It did so well, sales-wise, that it's for free right now on PlayStation. If you are a PlayStation Plus owner, you can log in right now and claim that game for frickin' free. So that's how well it did, and it's not even a year old. So there. Oh, I'm not doing this. Not doing a puzzle room. So that's how well that game did. A huge success. And that's something you have to be prepared for too, is especially when you're online dealing with I don't want to use the word shills, but let's just say people who are blinded by their desire, rose-colored glasses. They're blinded by their desire for something. Okay, they look at it through rose-colored glasses, and they're going to sit there and tell you, "Oh, this was a huge success," and it wasn't. It was not a huge success. Suicide Squad, as much as I wanted to like it, was a financial flop. There was no way around it, how much of a flop it was. And they marketed it to, once again, an audience that does not exist. The audience they wanted to have for that game is an audience that is just not there. Yeah, but I want to know that. Now I really want to know, because I'm curious how they're going to try to rewrite that. Because in their head, I mean, this is what happens when you try to fix something to please everybody, when you've gone so far one way on something that you are completely screwed. Because of the climate that they were hoping, and the audience are hoping to get, Wonder Woman could never be evil, right? She could never be evil. So Wonder Woman was the only Justice League member to not be turned. Well, if they're going to go the clone route, which is fine, I guess. I mean, it's lazy, but whatever. How are you going to explain Wonder Woman? Because she was never turned, so she's really dead. She's the only member of the Justice League who's actually dead? Because she died. I mean, they all died, but to say they are all clones and then, that just kills me. That's why you need people in charge of these franchises that actually know about these franchises. That's what you there has to be some sort of understanding and acceptance that, yes, I am a steward for this franchise. I need to make sure that I am taking care of it. That I am making sure that I'm honoring it. I'm doing what made the franchise popular, etc., etc., etc. And that is just not happening with a lot of franchises, which is why you're seeing a lot of legacy franchises going belly up. And Suicide Squad is, golly. People could write a book about what was wrong with that game. And again, I bought it. I bought it brand freaking new when it came out. I was excited to play it. I was excited to see what they were doing next. And I remember Daylight asking me, how is it? Is it worth it? And I was like, I like it. But then after a while, I realized I don't like it. And after I beat the game... Okay. Let me try that again. Let me use the Dr. Evil air quotes. Once I beat the game, and what I mean by that is that I defeated all the Justice League, and then you go back and find out, oh, this is the multiverse. You have to go and fight the Justice League on 12 different multiverse planets, things like that. It's like, okay, I'm done. And all it was different versions of the same boss fights that you already had. So I was like, this is so stupid. There's just no way. But again, that's why you need people in charge, stewards of the franchises that actually care and understand what made the franchises popular to begin with. Because when you don't, you lose hundreds of millions of dollars. And you do damage to the IP. That's how bad that game was, is that it did damage to the Suicide Squad brand. Which is amazing, because it didn't have much of a brand to begin with. Besides two movies that were... One was mediocre and one was good, but neither of them performed up to snuff. One of which was because of the pandemic. I won't deny that. That's what happens. Because I would have been there, I'd have been like, no. We're not doing this. First of all, Batman would never just come out and say he's Bruce Wayne. He would, even if everybody knew it, he would never come out and say it. Second of all, I would want to see the game plan. I would want to see, put out your entire plan in front of me, and I will tell you what is right and what is wrong with it. And I'm not even an expert, but I could totally just have pointed them in the right direction and just said, no, this isn't going to work for these reasons. You're going to have to go back to the drawing board and come up with better ideas. It's like pre-cultists again. Okay. You're right. They have mags, and it's... They've done it based off of popularity of one character, and it's Harley Quinn. They're trying to... What they really want, more than anything, is they want Harley Quinn to be just as popular as the Joker or anybody else, even though she's not, and she probably never will be, no matter how much they try to do it. She gained immense popularity from the animated series, myself included. Loved her, but they tried way too much. They did way too much. You know, now what? Is she gay now? I mean, I don't even know. It's just all these different things they've done. They've basically ruined the character because no one knows who she is anymore. But as I said, I'm no expert, but I dang sure could do a better job than they did with the story. I would want to see the whole story. That would be my thing. You show me the story. I want your part A, part B to part C. I want to see where you're going with this, and then we can put our heads together, and I can tell you why, what will work and what won't work. And believe it or not, not a lot worked with it. Because you always have people that are trying to inject other things into it besides just being a fun frickin' game where you get to play as the bad guys. Plus, they had Margot Robbie playing her. I mean, that's the thing is you know, Margot Robbie's. You know, if I were a strapping young lad, Margot Robbie would be very high on my list. But what is? Am I about to crash? Okay, no, I got lagged. Now we're rubber banding. They were cashing in on Margot Robbie. They're cashing in on Harley Quinn being popular.
That looks more.
And then they completely had no idea what they were doing. Movie-wise or game-wise at all. It's over there. Yep, it's over there. Over there. Over there. This way. And that's what happens when you let people take over something that feel like they have to see themselves in everything. I have never in 1 second thought for 1 second I need to see myself in anybody. It helps to have an emotional anchor to them for whatever reason, yes. But I've never been that way. But then again, I'm not a narcissist either, so I mean, go figure on that. Okay. I didn't get hardly any harbingers off of that. I have no idea what that dude is doing with his flags. Come on, man. Until you start actually talking, I'm not going to let you say anything. Put you in timeout yesterday, and you're still doing it, so now you're gone for good. I'm a pretty open-minded dude, but I will not stand for that kind of crap. Almost enough to open our orange chest there. And now we're not doing it because we want the experience. We're doing it because we want the goodies. With all due seriousness, like I said, I'm very tolerant of things, but don't spam my chat with messaging. There we go. There's another Harbinger. Stuff you're not going to say anything, you know? I mean, golly. I put him in timeout for 24 hours on YouTube, and he waited the 24 hours, came right back afterwards, and started doing it again. Must be a bot or something. Good. Those are rings. I can open that. So today, guys, oh gosh, it's almost already after 11. I will be doing a podcast in the afternoon. As soon as I get the link to that, I will link everybody to it on my Twitter account so you guys can see it. So I will not be on this afternoon to play Diablo. I will be recording this podcast. And enjoying that. That's what I want to do. Is it'll be a way for me to grow. I want to grow. Alright, did we get all our... I guess we already have our Harbingers, because that was a Harbinger. There we go, 75. Alright, guys. Come on, come on, come on. Alright, that's enough. I know what you guys are trying to do. Alright. 7 minutes. Let's see what we can do in 7 minutes. Oh, gosh, okay. That's really how I am about the Suicide Squad game. I really went into it with an open mind. I really wanted it to be good. I had a lot of faith in Rocksteady as a developer. And then you start playing it and you realize something is not right here, and that was it. Just wasn't very fun. It wasn't very good. And it was very repetitive. Exceedingly repetitive. In fact, I don't even think I did all the Riddler stuff in that game. That's how much I didn't like it. And that usually I'm a completionist. I want everything. I want to say I got out of it and didn't complete all the Riddler stuff. Of course, a lot of it was stupid races and things like that, which developers, if you're listening, I don't know about anybody else, but I've never been into the type of, if I'm going to play a game and you're going to say it's going to be this kind of game where it's open world or, adventure, action adventure and all that, that's great. I'm fine. Tell me what it's about. Don't throw in race stuff in there. Don't, you know what I mean? Don't throw that stuff in there. I don't want that. If I wanted to play a racing game, I'd play a racing game. Already, another Whisper Tree. Okay. Alright, guys, that's enough. I don't know about anybody else, but that's me. I don't know.
It is done. He's back.
What are we doing here? Thank you for the lurk, sweetheart. Hope you're having a great day at work. That's a lot of rings. It's not just one ring. It's not the one ring. There I go again. Alright, we probably have 3 or 4 minutes left to see what we can get done before the end of the thing. Yeah. I am going to miss being this strong when they update it next week. I will indeed miss it when they remove how powerful this class is. Got a murder basement. Let's head in there. See if we can get our thing out of this. Murder basement time. There we go. We will see what's going on. Yeah, but I'm interested to see what they're going to do with Nintendo now. I'm interested to see what Nintendo's going to do. Did it disappear for good? I think it disappeared for good. Oh well. Yep. It's over. 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 Come on, you. Get in there. Yep, gotta get oranges for Florida here. We're gonna take out this murder basement. So I hope everyone is having a great week so far. This is another. It's only 3 though. Let's try this. 1, 2, 3. Okay, that's easy. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. See, that wasn't bad. It's when they get, you know, there's 5 or 6 of them and all that. That's where I get stops the action. You know, I don't want that to happen. Okay, so now we need Florida oranges and things like that. There we go. So hope you're staying warm. If you're in the United States or anywhere where it's winter time right now, I know I am. And as I said earlier, it was a balmy 4 degrees Fahrenheit when I took out my dog this morning. Needless to say, he did not want to be out there very long, and neither did I. So, I don't think I've ever seen him pee quicker. He was like, oh, hell no, I don't want to be out here in this. Okay, we got our oranges for Florida. I do see our ravaged corpse for this is right up there. So we'll take that out. Alpha Bloodspawn. I got oranges. I already have all the oranges I need, though, so we're just going to go up there and cash those puppies in. We'll get our Grim Favors for that. Get out of there. Yeah. In 6 days, they're going to make this class completely pedestrian, I think. They're going to... Which is what they need to do. I don't know. I was talking about it yesterday. And I'll say it again. If they don't... Again, this one is annoying. If they don't, what they're going to run into is people all playing Spiritborn and not playing the other classes, and that's not going to be fun for anybody. Will not be fun for anybody. To glaive. Okay, one more. There we go. Okay. Let's go over there now. Go over there. I read yesterday evening that the Detroit Lions hosting the Washington Commanders, or Redskins, the Redskins, tomorrow, or I'm sorry, this weekend, is the most expensive game in NFL history. Average ticket cost is $991 per ticket. Which is an insane amount of money. After taxes, you're talking about over $1,000 to go watch football game when you can watch it and have a better seat at home. And I realize there's nothing quite like being part of the action, etc., etc., etc. I do understand and get that, but at the same time, it's kind of like you could do a lot with $1,000. Right, that's right. Got to get oranges for this. Got to get our Florida oranges together. But I tell you guys, you know, I've gone on you know, record here and have always been talking about, you know, how the last couple of years I've felt and how I've not really been myself in a lot of ways, and it's not that way now. I feel so much better about everything without having to worry about BS. And believe me, I have gone through a lot of BS in my professional life, and I just feel so much better about life. So much better about everything. And I hope I can share that happiness with you guys, and it makes you guys happy as well. And you know, if I can make one person's day better by being here and sharing some kind words. I'm about to sneeze. Pardon me. If I can do that and share my love of gaming and love of pop culture and stuff like that and make one person's life a little better, I am all for that, completely all for that. And I will continue to push forward on that too. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing, is trying to you know, make some hay out of this, become better. I want to be better. I want to make better content. I want, and I've streamed for 4 years almost, and I do feel like I'm making the best content I've ever made now, because I'm putting a lot more research and time and effort into it. And I'm trying to negate a lot of the dead space of me going, okay, alright, there we go, yeah, you know, and that's still going to happen, of course, but I still want to be able to talk and opine about things. Opine's a great word, great college word. There are certain words in the English lexicon that if you use them on a college paper, you sound a lot smarter than you might actually be. Trust me, as someone who has used many of those words. And might not be as smart as anybody. Even though I've got, like, the credentials that says I am, but that's beside the point. Because I am more accredited than my girlfriend, but I will never be smarter than her, so there's no sense in even arguing that point. Up there. But it does make me feel good and can say I am more educated than she is. Even though, in practicality, she's more successful than me in every way. And I'm not just saying that because she's lurking and she might be listening. I'm saying it because it's true. Oh, there's our ravaged corpse right there. First thing. I'll take that. I remember my brother and I went to WrestleMania 22, which was in the Allstate Arena. My brother and I always had this pact, this agreement that if we ever had the chance to go to WrestleMania, we would, and we did. We went to WrestleMania 22. It was a year, I think it was a year after we got up here in the Chicagoland area, and it was our last arena show. Because I think since that time they've done nothing but stadiums because they hold more people. But I want to say the tickets we got we had decent seats. I'm not gonna say they were amazing seats. We had decent seats, and they were, after taxes and everything, damn near $300 a seat. So to hear that now granted it's a playoff football game. It's not like we're talking about just a standard season game. Is 3 times what we paid for WrestleMania seats. Pretty big deal. Okay, everything is done here. Let's see. Down here again. Okay, well, whatever. Excuse me, stranger, have you got a moment? No, I do not. I do not have a moment. I have no moments. Yeah, that one very rarely takes long for me with this character. Okay, we did that. Oh, golly. And I'm excited to see what we're going to do this year. I really am. Really am excited. We got some good games. We have Borderlands 4 coming out, which I am going to be all over. We're going to have some Diablo time for certain, as we're doing right now. Please continue doing that. I'm going to have new content going up on my YouTube channel. I'm just going to do all sorts of cool stuff. At least I hope it's cool stuff. I hope it resonates with folks. Can't wait. Just got a couple more things to get in line. And still some learning to do, you know. I still think most of the editing software that I've seen is overly complicated for no reason, except for the fact that they want editors to still have a job, I guess. What do we got down here? What are we looking for here? It's Goatman. Okay. we go. And I hope I'll have everyone here with me. And we make some hay out of this. Your old pal Enigma is working hard. He's being consistent. He's here every weekday, except during holidays. And I'll tell you guys ahead of time. But looking to grow the brand and see what we can do, and I'm excited. I'm excited. And I think I finally am getting to the point where, you know, as a creator, I think, at least I go through this. I can't say about anybody else. But, you know, am I any good? Am I good enough? Well, what am I doing? Is it, you know, that, am I entertaining? Am I, you know, engaging? All that good stuff. And I don't know if anybody else goes through that, but I certainly freaking have. But I think I've finally gotten to the point where it's like, you know what? Why not me? Why can't I not do this? I got something in my eye. So hopefully we're getting there. No idea. Okay. I'm gonna be happy. Let's see. I have plenty of room in the bag.
It is done.
Gauntlets. Glove fetish. And he didn't drop one ancestral pair. Nope. Okay, I'm going over here. Nope, there's my superpower again. Alright, we have a event up here, and then there's another ravaged corpse on the other side. So we're going to head up this way and do this event here. Of course. You be careful. Okay, yep. Nice. Got through. There's 2 waves left. Yep, I know. There we go. You should get moving. I will whoop the daylights out of anything that tries to pop its ugly head here. Okay. You have no idea what testing even is, except for this right here. There we go. Champion of Evil. Down. Okay, Subo's gonna make me mad by getting all sorts of dudes over here, and I don't want anything to do with that. And apparently I forgot something. It's probably a malignant heart, knowing me. How did I know? It's almost like I've done it before. Have I, like, blitzed through all of... Okay, no, I was about to say, I didn't think I blitzed through all of it. So here in about 17 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and take my break. And it is because of the day that I'm recording a podcast, I will be not back streaming Diablo this afternoon. I will be taking care of this awesome podcast I'm going to be on. I will link that to everybody when I get the opportunity. But I believe we're starting around 2. And I already have a list of the topics they're going to discuss, and I will be there to do that with them. Definitely hope you guys will tune into that, and hope it'll make me a little bit bigger. That's what I want. I want to be a little bit. I want to be bigger. I want to grow. 2025 is going to be a year we grow, as a community, as a creator, as everything. Looking forward to it. Very much looking forward to it. Okay, we got that. Let's go over this way. And of course, if you do me the honor of subscribing on YouTube, following me on Twitch and Twitter, I'd greatly appreciate that. On YouTube as well, let's see if we can get me into that algorithm and you know, like and comment and all that good stuff. It would mean a lot. Really, really would, as you know, smaller creators need help too. You know what I mean? And yeah, I've built up this huge collection on my own. Well, my parents helped a lot. I'm not going to lie. Since I've been a kid, I've been collecting. You know. I've got a lot of this stuff on my own, I really have, but at the same time is that if I'm going to make a community out of this, I'm going to need the help of wonderful people just like yourselves. So, I'm all about it. Okay, got you there. Okay. Destroy the enemy structures. No problem. But I want to thank personally and honestly thank everybody who has been there for me from the start and has I've met along the way. You guys have been amazing. Helping me get my name out there, helping me, you know, take the first step into this, and I greatly appreciate that, and it's only going to go up from here. I absolutely promise that, because that is what I want. I want this to make some hay of this, and I'm going to. It's not all just fun and games. It's not just sitting here playing these games, even though that's a lot of what I'm doing. What is that? Okay, it's a cosmetic. Cool. But we're going to do it. We're going to turn it into something. We're going to continue moving forward. And like I said, I just can't wait to see where we take this. And thanks, everyone. Thank you all. As we continue moving this into positive direction. That's what I want. That's what I want. We are in amazingly good shape here in Diablo. Monday we did hit the level cap, and now we're just kind of grinding for gear and just having a good time and taking advantage of the overpowered character right now, because as we've gone on record as to saying, not that I'm referring to myself in the multiple third person, I do not have a multiple personality disorder. They're about to put the kibosh on this character in 6 days, so just be prepared. Do be the be like Scar in Lion King and be prepared is all I'm saying. There's another one already. Oh gosh, itchy nose. And ja da 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 da.
It is done.
Glove fetish it is. And not one of them is ancestral. Nope. Besides, it'll be a lot more fun in a week when we have a brand new sorcerer that we're making, and I have to basically just live off the land for a little while. That's how Diablo is that you live off the land and
That if you need the forge.
move into everything you can to make as find the best gear, and that's what it's going to be as you level up. And we have successfully managed to do all of about all of the grim favors that are out there. Except for the dungeons. So for fun, we will do a dungeon. Okay, up here. Free the prisoners is what we're doing here. Okay. I think we have roughly 10 minutes to go. Of course, so before we do shove off, please don't forget to like and subscribe to me on YouTube, and follow me on Twitch and Twitter. Comment on YouTube as well. You can retweet me on Twitter. It means a lot to me. Every little bit helps. And guys, I'm working it. We are working it. And we're gonna get there together. Again, the itchy nose. Okay. One more prisoner to go, and there they are. Usually I'd be all about exploring every part of the dungeon, but that's for experience points usually. Now we gotta do wards of eyes. There's one down, there's two down. I mean, come on, guys. Really? You gonna chase me all over the place? Here we go. Oh, wow, that was easy. That took 3 minutes. That dungeon took 3 minutes. That's nuts. Da 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 da. 3-minute dungeon. That's hilarious. Oh, I went to the wrong side. Hmm. Oh, there's another one right there. Okay. All right. Tonight. We got 6 minutes left. Of course, tomorrow I'll be back to normal. I will be here streaming tomorrow morning. That is definitely the plan, is to get that out, get streaming in the morning and in the afternoon as per usual. Still Diablo 4 until until Borderlands comes out for certain. But if there's a demand for me to really get into something else, I will. Depending on what it is, of course, because I need to be able to enjoy it and have fun, so you guys can enjoy it and have fun. If I want to have a salt drinker, that seems kind of gross. Yeah, this is spiders too. Got enough oranges for Florida. Now we can take out our spiders. We were just motoring right along through these grim favors. Okay, there's that. Do we have our ravaged corpse anywhere near here? Goblin. Just my imagination, or are there a lot more goblins out right now? So I think we've killed 3 or 4 of them today. Got coming up here is going to be the test debitor. Pretty sure, yep, Florida's right over there. Let's go cash these puppies in, and that'll get us a last grim favor before lunch. Or another cash, I mean. See, I told you.
It is done.
Crap. All garbage. Starting to build up some more boss mats. Thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. I really do. Alright. How much time we got left? Yeah, it's time. Alright, guys, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to go ahead and take my lunch break. Now, I will not be back at 1 because of the podcast I'll be recording at 2. So I'm going to take a little extended lunch and take care of a couple of things around here. As soon as I get the link to where the podcast is being, if it's being streamed, I will let you guys know where it is, and we will definitely go from there. I've got a list of the topics we're going to talk about. It's going to be fun. Looking really forward to it. I definitely hope that you guys are looking forward to it as well. Tomorrow will be same as usual. 9 a.m. lunch, come back at 1 to 5. Okay? So I'll see everybody on the podcast. If not, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you so much, guys, for being